What's up, family? Man, I'll be releasing this video at midnight, um, the early morning of August 27th. That will be my last post. This will be my last post on any of my social media platforms until I come back from my trip from Egypt. Um, I would not post anything on any social media platform while I'm gone. Um, my plan is to return on the 6th of October. That being said, man, family, we're gonna go ahead and get started. Man, we have man, we got to grow up. And when I make these videos, I need you guys to understand that, man. Um, I say this from the bottom of my heart. You know what I mean? A lot of the stuff that I talk about, man, it's pertinent to me as well. You know what I mean? I'm not just preaching. I don't preach, but I'm not just talking to you guys just to be talking. I'm talking to you guys because, man, I need to hear this. And I always go back and watch the videos and listen to the videos because there's something in there for me as well. A lot of stuff in there for me as well. You know, um, Before I make the videos, man, I'm always praying, oh God, speak to me, speak through me. What do you want me to share with the people? But I know that, man, there's something in there for me as well. Um, that being said, man, we have to grow up, you know what I mean? And we have so much that we need to work on, And again, it don't matter how long you've been doing this, you know. I've been doing this stuff for years, you know what I mean? And I still got stuff that I need to work on, you know. We're always going to have stuff to work on. You know what I mean? That's what keeps us humble. You know what I mean? That's what keeps us connected to God. And so we don't get the big head, so we don't get arrogant and, cocky about our walk, and about our ministry. Um, that being said, man, there was a song that came out by Adele. If you haven't heard this song, man, family, go check it out. It's titled Hello. Hello by Adele, Adele, I believe so you spell her name. The first time I heard this song was right after my wife had passed away in 2015, and it blew me away. It fucked me up. Stay with me, we're going somewhere. It fucked me up. You know what I mean? That song had me twisted. It didn't even matter where I was at. I'd be driving the truck, anywhere, everywhere, and I would hear that song and it pop on the radio, or I would put it on intentionally, and man, I would just start bawling, just breaking down, crying. Um, Listening to the lyrics, listening to the words of that song. And it's a trip because I heard that song again this morning, and I hadn't heard that song in a while, in years. But I heard that song this morning, and man, it's a trip because as I sat there and started thinking about it, man, it hit me hard. It hit me, not to the point where like I was back then, but it hit me because I was going through some stuff and, man, just dealing with some stuff. And it's a trip because I get tired. You know what I mean? I get fucking dog dead tired. And what I mean by I get tired of making these freaking videos. You know what I mean? I get tired of trying to help people. I get tired of trying to speak into people's lives and hearing everybody's story and trying to help people and talk people off that ledge and off the edge. You know what I mean? I get tired of trying to inspire and motivate and help other people because I have my own shit too. You know what I mean? I'm going through my own shit too. Stay with me. I'm going through it. And so I get tired, I get exhausted. It's like, man, I'm fucking done. I just want to, man, God, when is it my time to go? You know what I mean? When is it my time to stop hurting and just, man, just carrying this load? You know what I mean? I'm carrying it, but man, I'm doing my best. But damn, I'm tired. Fuck. When do I catch a break? You know what I mean? And so I'm just having a real heart to heart conversation with God. And I know I have this trip coming up tomorrow to Egypt, and it's a trip because I'm sitting there and it's like, God, you know what? I'm cool. I'm happy that I'm going, but I'm not really excited about it like I probably should be. You know what I mean? Stay with me. I'm going somewhere. And it's like a vacation, 9 days, and it's like, man, it's cool. There's a lot that I'm gonna go see, a lot that I'm gonna experience. But it's just like my spirit was kind of down, It's just like, man, what the fuck? I'm just not feeling good. You know what I mean? And what I mean not feeling good is just like, man, there's something. Something's missing. Something's bothering me. Something, God, what is it? What is it? What is it? Stay with me. I'm going somewhere. And so as I'm sitting there and I'm just talking to God, and this song popped up, right? The song played. And it's like, oh my goodness, what the fuck? You know what I mean? And then so I'm sitting there and I'm like, oh my God, okay. I'm tired. I know I'm tired. I know I'm tired. And man, and I don't want anybody to think that I'm suicidal or anything of that nature. I'm not that at all. Okay, let me clear that up right off the rip, off the top. I'm not suicidal. I'm not planning on dying. You know what I mean? That being said, none of us know when our time is. None of us know when we're gonna go to sleep and not wake up in the morning. Everybody that went to sleep thought they were gonna wake up the next day. They had plans on what they want to do or what they were gonna do the next day and they didn't wake up. You know what I mean? It's a whole lot of people that went to sleep and never woke up. So a whole lot of people had plans and goals and aspirations and things that they wanted to accomplish, and they never got a chance to fulfill that. You know what I mean? Let's keep this shit real. You know what I mean? And that being said, so I'm sitting there and I'm just chopping it up with God, and it's like, all right, God, man, I'm not planning on going to Africa and dying there, but man, I'm tired. You know what I mean? Fuck, I'm just done. I'm fucking exhausted. I can't give no more. I don't even want to give no more. I ain't got shit else to give. You know what I mean? I'm just fucking just done. You know? And so I'm sitting here and I'm hanging out with one of my boys today on the beach, and man, he blessed me. Man, he blessed me. Man. And it's a trip because he's an old Jamaican dude. He's not old. He's a few years older than I am. And just out of the blue, I'm not even telling him what I'm going through, but he know I'm about to go on this trip. And he put some Bob Marley. And he didn't even tell me it was Bob Marley, but I'm a huge fan of Bob Marley. And so he asked me, do I know anything about this guy? Do I know anything about this music? And I look at him, I was like, bro, come on now. I said, I know I'm from California. I know I'm younger than you, but bro, come on. You know what I mean? And so I'm telling him it's Bob Marley and the Wailers. You know what I mean? And he's looking at me. He's like, what you know about this? And so we're chopping it up about Marley and stuff, right? And just the music. And so we're sitting there, we're just vibing on the music and stuff, right? And I'm just tripping out, just, man, this is the shit right here, right? And I remember something that Bob Marley said, and I spoke about this before in one of my other previous videos. I remember something that Bob Marley said. Bob Marley was getting ready to give a concert. I can't remember if it was in Africa or in Jamaica. I can't remember. I want to say it was in Africa, but he was getting ready to give a concert, a peace concert. I believe it was a peace concert, a peace or freedom concert, one of the two. And he got shot. I want to say like 3 times. And he got off the hospital. And the very next day, he went out and performed the concert. And everybody's tripping because they know that he just got shot. They know he just got shot multiple times. And the very next day, he's out performing the concert. And they asked him about this, like, how? Why would you be out here? You need to be in the hospital resting and recuperating. Why are you out here? And the comment he made was, evil doesn't take a day off. Why should I? If bad people don't take a day off, how can I? And when he said that, and when I heard that, it just hit me. And I remember that from time to time. Stay with me, I'm going somewhere. And so as I'm talking to my boy about Bob Marley, that conversation popped back in my mind. Earlier this morning, I'm fucking done. I'm done. I may never make another fucking YouTube video. You know what I mean? I may never post something on social media again. I'm just done. I just tired. You know what I mean? But then when I started thinking about Bob Marley, and I started thinking about how this guy was giving this concert, it was a free concert, and he got shot multiple times. And the next night after getting shot, he's out performing the concert to the best of his ability. And people are blown away at how could somebody just get shot 3 times and come out of the hospital, leave the hospital without the doctor's consent. You know what I mean? Leave the hospital on his own. It's like, I'm going to go do this concert. I don't give a fuck what y'all talking about. I don't give a fuck about y'all medical opinions and what y'all think I shouldn't be doing. I know what I'm going to go do. Fuck you experts, fuck you doctors and your professional image or your knowledge. I'm gonna go do what I gotta do. And I don't give a fuck whether you like it or not. I don't give a fuck whether you understand it or not. I gotta do what I came here to do, and that's sing and help bring love to the world. You ain't got to like it. You ain't got to understand it. It ain't your purpose. It ain't your calling. So you ain't gonna really understand it. You ain't gonna really agree with it. And it is what it is. So he's out there performing the concert. And so as I'm sitting there thinking about Bob Marley doing what he did, it just refreshed my soul. It just rejuvenated me. You know what I mean? Because earlier it's like, man, I'm tired. Fuck this shit. You know what I mean? I ain't getting nothing out of it. And we go through these things like, damn, I'm not in a funk. I'm just good. I've done all that I could do. I'm good. You know what I mean? If I die, I die. You know what I mean? I've done everything that I'm supposed to do. I've done everything that in my mind. I've done everything that I could do. I've helped everybody that I could help. I'm good with that. I'm good with what I've accomplished in my life. I'm good with where I've gone in my life. I'm good with what I've done and where I'm at in my life. I'm good. I'm tired. I'm tired. I want to see my mama. I want to see my brother. I want to see my grandma. And so as I'm sitting there just thinking about all that, and this Jamaican brother hits me up with this Bob Marley. Not even knowing that I knew anything about Bob Marley. Not even knowing that I was a huge fan of Bob Marley. Not even knowing that that's one of my inspirational people. You know what I mean? That's one of my motivators. Just his life, it motivates me. It encourages me. The fact that this guy sung music and he brought so much love, he gave his best to the world. You may not like his music, you may not like what he talked about in his music, what he sung about in his music. I don't give a damn. Your opinion of him ain't got shit to do with me and my opinion of him and what he's done for me, what he's meant for me. So as I'm sitting there just reflecting on his life, and I'm remembering the situation where he got shot and he had to go out and perform the concert. I had to sit there and check myself. I had to sit there and look at myself. And I'm looking at this Jamaican dude, and he's looking at me, and he's not knowing what's going through my mind. He's not knowing, he has no clue what I'm thinking about. And he's telling me, man, when you go to Egypt, yeah, I know you're going to walk on the sand. But when you go to the Nile River, get in the water. Wash your face with the water. Get your feet in the water. If you can, submerge yourself in the water. And I'm sitting there just thinking to him, and tears are coming up in my eyes because I never even thought about that. I knew I was going to walk barefoot in the sand, but I never even thought about submerging myself in the Nile River. And as he said it, it was an epiphany. As he said it, it was a reminder, is synchronicity of God talking to me. Elijah, this is what you got to do. This is what you need to do. Yeah, you're gonna go see the Sphinx. You're gonna go see the pyramids. And you're gonna go see the obelisk and all these other temples and all these other schools and da 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 da. Yes, you're gonna go see all of this stuff, but you have to go and dip yourself in the water. Elijah, you're not just going to Egypt for you. See, you think this is about you, Elijah. It's bigger than you. You're going to Egypt. You're going back home to the motherland for all the people that couldn't go, for all the people that died wanting, wishing they could make it back to Africa. And I didn't realize that until my boy told me. He's like, man, I've never been to Africa. I've always said I want to make it. I've always said I want to go. Hey, you're going to Africa for me. You're going to Africa for all of us that's here in America that can't make it to Africa. So when you go, man, you got to submerge yourself in the water to let the water know, to put your essence in the water. So as it flows, it's flowing all of us with it. It's taking our energy, our essence with it. Elijah, you got to go back home to the motherland and let them know we came back. Elijah, out of all the millions of African Americans or black folks or whatever the fuck we call it now, that want to go back to Africa, that want to go back to Egypt, the motherland, and God chose you. God allowed you to make it back. Out of all of us that wish we could go, all of us that died, never even making it, always seeing it on TV or in books, on computers, but never been able to step foot on the land, on the soil, and the sand. You've been chosen to go back as a representative. You've been chosen, picked by Yah, by God, to come back. It's bigger than you. Life is always bigger than you. I don't give a fuck what you're going through. I don't give a fuck how you feel about the shit you've gone through. You better humble yourself. You better understand and get connected to God, Yah, Most High, whatever you source, universe, whatever you want to call it, and get connected and plugged in and tapped in and understand that it's not just about you. There's a whole lot of people that came before you. Whether it's your great grandpappy, your great grandmammy, or your mama, your daddy that died and they're gone and they're wishing they could be where you're at right here, right now. They're wishing they could do what you have the opportunity or the ability to do. And you owe it to yourself and you owe it to them to be able to live your life to the fullest. You owe it to them, your ancestors that came over here in boats, your ancestors that fought the weather and the freezing temperature and the hot and whatever it is that they went through to get here. You owe it to them to rise the fuck up and stop whining and crying about woe is me and life is not fair and she broke my heart and she left me and she did it. We ain't got time for the bullshit. It's time to man the fuck up. It's time to woman the fuck up. Put on your big girl drawers. Put on your big boy boots or whatever you want to fucking call them and lace that shit up and get back into fucking life. Get back in the fucking game. Stop tripping about what the fuck you ain't got. Stop whining and crying about the shit you quote unquote lost. Stop whining and crying about the people that's walked out your fucking life. And understand there's a whole lot of people that's dead and gone, wish they could be where you're at. It's a whole lot of people locked up in prison that ain't never getting out. It's a whole lot of people walking on the streets that's locked up in the prison of their fucking mind that ain't never coming back to reality. And you sitting here and you got the opportunity and privilege to do something positive and constructive with your life. You have the opportunity and privilege to get out and about and travel and see this beautiful world. And you sitting here whining and crying and bitching and moaning about the fuck you ain't got. You better wake the fuck up. You better grow the fuck up. Man, it's a hard word, but it's real shit. It's real shit. It's bigger than you. It's always been bigger than you. I used to tell my son all the time when he was in high school and he was struggling with some shit. And he was complaining and whining about how unfair shit was. And I used to always tell him, how the fuck you gonna sit here and whine and cry about this little petty ass bullshit? You not understand? You not remember? You not know the hell that our fucking ancestors went through? How the fuck you gonna sit here as a teenager, as a young man, sitting here whining and crying about some fucking schoolwork? How you gonna sit here bitching and crying about some shit going on in your fucking class or what your fucking teacher thought about your fucking paper? I know that it don't sit right with you. But what about our African ancestors that came here as slaves? They were separated from their families, stripped of their heritage, stripped of their family, their loved one, their language, every fucking thing, and beat and humiliated and sold as fucking slaves. Who had to work the fucking fields from sun up to sundown. Was that shit fair to them? They went through the bullshit that they went through so you can have the freedom that you fucking have now. And you gonna sit here and whine and cry and act like a spoiled entitled fucking brat. You got life fucked up. Who the fuck do you think you are? How dare you sit here and whine and cry, but life ain't fair, and I ain't got a boo, and everybody else got a boyfriend, everybody else got a husband, everybody else got a girlfriend, everybody else got a woman. All this other bullshit we whine and cry about. As if our ancestors didn't go through a whole lot worse shit than that. And I'm not minimizing the bullshit you're going through, but grow the fuck up. Put shit in proper perspective. I'm part Native American. My Native American ancestors didn't go through the trail of tears for your ass to be sitting here bitching and moaning and whining and crying and pouting about your fucking life. My ancestors wasn't kicked off their fucking land and starved and humiliated and slaughtered so you could sit here and bitch and moan and cry about some superficial bullshit. These people don't like me. These people ain't supporting me. These people ain't got my back. And these people ain't hearting me. And they're not subscribing. And they're not helping me financially. And all this other stupid ass bullshit we do. Where we get this shit from? Where we get this broke mentality from? Man, we got to grow the fuck up. We have to grow the fuck up. I understand that we go through some shit and it has us fucked up. I get that. But at some point, you better muster up the fucking courage to face your fucking shit and be real and keep your shit stable. You know what I mean? Keep your shit balanced. And what I mean by you better understand who the fuck you are and why the fuck you here. And who paved the way for your ass to be here. Man, we got to get our shit straight. We got to grow the fuck up. We got to understand who we are. We got to understand who we're connected to. So many people died wanting to get to America. So many people died not wanting to get to this country. And yet here we are. Here we are. And we're bitching and moaning and crying and acting like little fucking kids. Man, we gotta grow the fuck up. We have to grow the fuck up. Man. Again, this is the last video that I'll be posting for a while. So at least the 7th of October. We have to grow the fuck up. You have to learn how to fucking encourage yourself. You got to learn how to pick up the fucking pieces. Dust yourself off. I understand we fall down sometimes. The whole thing with falling down. You better learn how to get your fucking ass back up. You better learn how to stand the fuck back up. Dust off your dusty, crusty ass fucking knees. Stand back up. Straighten your back. Hold your chest up. Hold your head up. You are somebody. I don't give a fuck what they told you. You are somebody. You got a whole bunch of fucking ancestors waiting for you to do what you came here to do. And that's not sit here whining and crying and drinking your fucking sorrows away. That's not, they didn't come here and go through the hell and the pain that they went through so you could sit here and drown your fucking sorrows with weed and alcohol and popping pills and every fucking thing else you do. Grow the fuck up. Deal with your shit. I understand we get hurt. I understand that pain and the trauma. I understand loneliness and frustration. I get it, been there, done that. But don't allow that to stop you from being who you are. Don't allow that to keep you from reaching your full fucking potential. Don't allow that to forfeit the dreams and the hopes of your ancestors. You stand on their shoulders. They didn't make it to the promised land. They weren't able to fulfill all their dreams, hopes, and dreams. A lot of their hopes and dreams is just, man, I just got to make a better way for my family. We got to survive this Great Depression. We got to survive World War II, World War I, and all the other shit we've gone through. We got to survive this so that our ancestors can live a better life. Maybe our ancestors can take us to the next level. See, we always want to talk about breaking generational curses. But where are the motherfuckers talking about, man, I'm pulling my ancestors up with me? My ancestors couldn't make it over here. My ancestors couldn't make it back home to Ireland, to Russia, to Afghanistan, to Egypt, to Zimbabwe, to Mexico, where the fuck you came from or they came from. Maybe they couldn't make it back to Australia or New Zealand. Did you make it back for them? Or are you wasting all your money on stupid ass bullshit? You wasting your money on fucking alcohol and bitches and hoes and pussy and all this other shit at the strip clubs. You wasting all your fucking money on bags and purses and shit. So you can't afford to go back home. You wasting your bullshit money on going back and forth to Vegas getting fucked up. So you can't afford to go back home to where your ancestors came from. Because you on some bullshit. We got to grow up. We got to grow up. Man, like I said, I don't know if this is going to be the last video that I post, but it is what it is, and it's going to be what it's going to be. Man, thank you guys for rocking out with me. I thank you guys for being part of this tribe. Namaste. The God in me sees, recognizes, acknowledges, and cherishes the God in each and every one of you. You have God within you. You have to understand that. You have to start believing that. You have to understand that you came here for greatness. You came here for greatness. And your family, your ancestors are depending on you to do great things. They're depending on you to accomplish all the things that they couldn't. Because it's bigger than you. Your life is bigger than you. It always was, and it always will be. I love you guys. Man, I'm humbled and grateful for you guys being here. You're loved. You're appreciated. Happy healing.